Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So I'm moving on with my executioner build. First things first, I've got to apologise, my voice may be coming through is a bit strange because I've got a cold, my throat is very sore, so I'm sorry for that. I may cough one or twice in this video, so please excuse that if I end up doing that. So let's jump back in and let's look at these executioners. All in all, I haven't really done a lot since last time. I've done just more bigger units. I haven't really focused on smaller squads that much. It's been very cold where I am, so I haven't really had a chance to go outside and start spraying any models, but we'll jump in and we'll show off what we've got. So first things first, you've probably seen this captain before if you've been watching this build log. He was originally on a 32mm base, and I changed his base to a 40mm base. It just didn't look right when I was like having him with the Gravis captain, or if I grab my apothecary over here, they've all got 40mm bases, so when I come to put them next to them with a 32, it just didn't look right. So now they've all got like a 40mm base, and for me it just looks nicer. It looks nicer when I'm putting them in my cabinet, and it looks nicer when I get them out on the actual tabletop itself. So that is the captain there, all fully rebased, and yeah, I think it looks really nice. So I'm enjoying doing all the HQs on 40mm bases now. We also have Mr. Captain in Gravis armor, of course. This is my new main HQ, let's say. This guy I always give the Chapter Master stratagem to. So he becomes a Chapter Master when I actually do tabletop. It gives him like re-rolls and wound rolls and all that kind of funky stuff. For free command points, that is. Free glorious command points. This guy becomes a Chapter Master. I love Gravis armor. It's one of my favourite armors. I know a lot of people say it makes them look fat because it sticks out right here, but for me, they're not fat. It's just layer upon layer of awesome armor. And yeah, you are not fat. You're just Primaris. You're not fat. That's the saying I like to say. So it turned out well. I loved it. Again, we've got the little decals. If I can just get the light not to shine off it. We've got the executioner decals here. I made sure to do most of this guy like bronze on his like extra bit of armor. And I was actually going to do some bronze on his belly, but once I put all the silver on, I thought it looked a bit better. I made sure to do like a gold kind of trim around the chest piece here, and then just leave most of it silver. I thought that looked a lot better. And of course a red cape. I did it red everywhere. I was going to do this more like a whitish colour, but I thought no, I'll just do it red everywhere. Red means blood, and executioners like to make blood. Not as much as the world eaters, but they do like to take people's heads and stuff like that. So all red for everything. I'm probably surprised I haven't put an axe in him. I was surprised myself. I actually thought, maybe to make this guy a little bit different, I'll actually keep the sword on him, then rather giving him an actual axe like the rest of my HQ. So he was kept with an axe. So yeah, there's that. The next thing I did is a flyer. This is the first flyer I've ever built, ever painted. This was more or less really for my Grey Knight army, but I thought, you know what, my executioners need some flyers, so I'll make this flyer. I think this is called an Interceptor, if I'm not mistaken. This is more or less for air-to-air combat rather than air-to-ground combat. I think you use a Stormhawk and stuff for air-to-ground, but I'm quite happy how it turned out. The bronze, of course, the main thing with silver is you have to find out how to break it up a bit, and with executioners, you do have the bronze effect that we can put on stuff, so it's finding areas where you can put bronze on to really make it look a little bit better. Like if you look at the front here, I got the bronze stripe there, and then it's just putting bronze like in different places, like bronze here, bronze on the other side, black around the rocket holders, bronze around the engines, bronze around the gun trimmings, bronze here, black there. If we switch it around, bronze all around the engine pieces, around the wings, all the stuff that sticks out. Trim here, bronze. At the tail, again more bronze. it's just trying to look at the model and figure where you can just break that silver up, but make sure it makes it look good. You don't want to just put in any other colour down just to break it up. You want to really try and have a nice flow to it, to say, and make sure that, you know, it all blends in kind of well. And I think I achieved it. I think it looks pretty nice. And again, I'd love to hear all your feedback on it if you've got any feedback at all. It's not weathered that much, I would say. It's, if anything, I did a dry brush of, I forgot what the iron breaker on it all over, just to try and do more like a scratching effect, if anything. So like when it's going against the wind, you'll get, like, you know, all these paint kind of chipping, but not in big chunks, more like it's, you know, like it's going so fast, bits of paint are being dragged in a certain direction instead of just, you know, chipping in just random directions. So that's what I was trying to achieve when I did this, but I think it turned out nice. I think it turned out pretty good. I'm happy with it. I love the design. I think it looks very brutal, like with it's very, you know, no glass or anything, very, very hard hitting, and I think that fits the executioners very, very well. So yeah, I'm very much pleased with this flyer. Now, of course, onto the main course, and that is, I don't think I can fit it in. I might have to move my camera back just slightly. It is, oh, let me get rid of the base, the Astraeus battle tank. So let me just cut it and let me just move the camera back, and we can get it in shot fuller, and I can show it off and speak about it. And we're back. Here we go. I managed to fit it into frame. This is the Astraeus Super Heavy battle tank, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I love this. I know a lot of people have had their opinions on this model, but for me, I've enjoyed building it, painting it, everything to do with this model. I've absolutely loved and enjoyed. It's been an amazing experience. It is Forge World. It is resin. It's my first really big unit. I know it doesn't, you know, it's not as big as a Titan or anything like that, but it's my first big unit when it comes to doing a Forge World product, and I enjoyed it immensely. It's so fun to assemble, very, very easy to assemble, may I add. I know a lot of people are scared of doing Forge World. I'm scared of assembling Forge World, but this was very, very easy to assemble on the on the whole look. But the model itself, I'll try and spin it around on its base. You can see, I'll try and push it back just a little bit more so you can see how big it is. These are Last Cannon sponsons I put on it. I was going to go with the plasmas, but I thought Last Cannons for me look a bit more brutalish. I'm not really a fan of plasma that much. I know I play plasma cannon a lot in my video games, but when it comes to using Last Cannons on vehicles, I think it's a lot better. So yeah, this is it. Again, let me actually try and take it off its base so I can show you stuff. I'll also take the turret off because I didn't stick that down. Let me start with the turret first. So this is the turret. Again, just like the flyer, it's thinking of ideas where to blend the silver all over, so it makes it, you know, it's just not one big flat colour. So with this, I used black on the turret. You can see the black at the end, the bronze here, black just before it reaches like the main body of the gun. Over here, we've got all the like the glass here. We've got all like the sensors all painted green. All the like little glass things here all green and stuff. If we look on the top like this, you can see where I did the bronze. So the bronze round the main bit of the gun, bronze on this little gun over here. Again, bronze hole on the back here. Most of you probably watched this from my live stream. If we go to the back here again, just bronze over here, and at the bottom there's not really that much, it's just what it goes in. But yeah, that is the turret, the gun, whatever you want to call it, and that turned out really, really cool. So if we just put this over here, we'll actually look at the main body of the gun. I don't want to put that back on because I'm going to be flipping it up like this and it'll bloody fall off knowing me and break. So this is the main body of the tank. The Astraeus tank, all fully completed. Again, if we look at it from the front, all the sensors and all the lights are all done. There is last cannons supposed to go in here, dual last cannons, but I'm waiting for my magnets to arrive. So I haven't put them in yet. They're actually sitting next to me unpainted at the moment, so there's no really point in showing them off. So when my magnets do come, I'll put that back on, and maybe I'll do another video showing it all off with all the guns. But if we flip it over like this, you can see like where I've tried to do bronze. So bronze like all around these little bits around here, at the top here, at the front here. This vehicle, I tried to do it very as muddy, and well, not muddy, but you know, more weathered than normal, because this is a huge tank. So I thought this is going to be crashing through buildings. It's going to be, you know, going where other vehicles can't, just with the sheer power and weight it can go through like buildings and stuff like that. So I thought I'll try and weather this more than my repulsor tank, and I'm happy how it turned out. I think it turned out very nice. I know, again, a lot of people don't really like this tank, but for me, I just loved it. I've got the executioner symbol at the front here. I think the symbol, if I remember correctly, is fire support. So of course this is going to be bringing a lot of fire support. The macro battery guns, I think they're called, the name escapes me at the minute. 12 shots, and it's 3 damage per shot. I've actually played with this in a tabletop game, and the results I got from it were amazing. It took down a knight in turn 1, and the las cannons put a relic Sicarian on less than half, and my Hellblasters finished it off. Never got any damage brought on it. It's amazing. You're probably noticing that there's no voice shields on it, and you're correct in there, because they were missing from when I bought it from Forge World. But a quick email to Forge World, and they were so sorry and so apologetic, and they're like, alright, we'll send them out. And they actually were sent out, and they got here this morning. So I'm going to be painting them and putting it on today. This is the back of it. Nothing really fancy at the back. You see I've painted these black as the cages, just to, again, add a bit of variety when it comes. We've got a Stormbolter at the back as well, dual Stormbolters. But all in all, that's it. That is the Astraeus battle tank. I personally think it's an amazing tank. I've loved doing everything with this. It's been so fun. If we can try and put, like, look, this is how big it is compared to like a guy in Gravis armor. What if we put him down here maybe? It's super big. It's amazing. I'm struggling to try and get it in the camera because it's so bloody big. But yeah, it's an amazing, absolutely amazing model. I've enjoyed it so much. I would recommend this model to anyone if you're thinking of getting it. Of course, it is a bit pricey when it comes to putting it on tabletop. I think it was, you know, you're looking at 700 plus points just to bring this thing on the tabletop. So if you are bringing it, I would recommend to do it in an army of 2,000 plus at least. But I'm sure some people can fit it in like a 1,500 points if they really want to cheese it up, let's say. But for me, I'm only going to use this in like 2,000 plus point games, just because I think it fits more, and I can actually build an army around it then, rather than putting it in and hoping for the best with the rest of my army. But yeah, that is it, chaps. Hope you've enjoyed the video. This is where I'm up to at the moment. The next stage, actually, do you know what? The next stage, if I just put this to one side, I'll show you where I'm at the next stage. So I've got a couple of models on my desk. So I'm building another dreadnought. Here we go. This time I'm putting the plasma on this one, just to, because the other one had the assault cannon, just to make it a bit more fancy. But you can see here what I've been doing with it. I've been adding like little bits in it, like I've actually been using a lot of Grey Knight bits from my Grey Knight armor. So I'll put like this on here, some purity seals on, a shield on here. I'm gonna hopefully get like some axe symbols and put it on the shield and stuff. Another purity seal here. I'm trying to put skulls on these now more since the executioner, so maybe this is like a veteran who took a lot of skulls, so he's going to have skulls on his pauldrons and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully this guy will turn out well when I paint him, but I can't go outside at the moment and spray because it's so cold. I haven't got an airbrush, so I actually do all my spraying outside. I don't want to spray inside the house because I've got kids, so I don't really want to do that. It may be a bad thing. But yeah, that is the Dreadnought, and I've actually got a couple of tactical squads which I can show, but they're just barely at the basics. It's just doing some Reavers. I love the Reaver models. I wasn't too keen on them when I first saw them, but actually when I started to assemble them and actually got them in my hand, I thought they were awesome. I absolutely love them. What the plan is for these is that I'm actually going to do the face all silver and then bronze for the skull, instead of doing it like a skull colour, because I think only chaplains should have skull colours, not actual reavers themselves. If we get 2 more, this is from another 10-man intercessor squad. So this is the sergeant again. Uses citadel skulls, trying to give him, you know, just a little bit of coolness. So he's going to have some skulls on his backpack to signal that he is a sergeant on the battlefield. I'll put his little "go over there and purge" symbol. So yep, that's him. And of course we have the, I love this so much, the underslung grenade launcher. I haven't drilled any of the barrels out, so please forgive me on that. Still need to do a bit of cleanup, as you can see over here. But these models are fantastic. I love them. Again, I stuck a little bit of bits on from the Grey Knight set, so some skulls here. There's actually some with, if I can find them, with a bit of purity seals on as well. I got from the Grey Knight box set. I'm going to be doing this a bit more with every one of them, so it just gives them a little bit more personality, makes them stick out on the battlefield, so they're not just, you know, just there just to actually be there, and that's it. So yeah, that's what I'm up to now. Hopefully by the next video I'll have the Dreadnought Redemptor Dreadnought done, and all these squads of intercessors and the reavers and all that kind of stuff. Hopefully I'll have all these painted, and that'll be fully done. So yeah, that is where I'm up to at the moment. Like I said, it's not a really huge update, but hope you've enjoyed it. If you've got any feedback at all, any comments, anything that can help me out, please post below, and I will do my best to, well, I will answer you back. I'll speak to you in the comment section, and I'll look at anything you suggest, because again, I'm new to the hobby, and I'm just every day is a new learning experience. So thank you for all the feedback you've already given me. It's been really helpful. So yeah, thanks very much, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all very soon. See you now, and bye bye.